If these walls could talk, eh? It is so nice to be back in the Calgary Olympic Oval with you.
It's a special place.
When was the first time that you skated here?
I was about 15. My brother and I came out. My brother's on the national team as well, and we came out to skate. And in Ottawa, where I grew up, you could just like get on the ice, like get on the oval whenever you wanted. Like there was no like public skate. Like you just like came into the oval, put your skates on, and got on the ice. And so we did that. And the national team was on the ice, and it was Kevin Crockett.
Oh my!
And probably you.
No, it's not me.
No. It was like the whole national team. Like Bart was out here, like all the coaches, and we just like got on the ice with them. We skated 100 meters, and they like shut it down. They're like, get off.
They kicked you off.
They kicked us off right away.
They kicked Isabelle Weidemann off.
Yeah. Just like I was lacing up my skates beside Cindy Klassen, and I remember being like, wow, like welcome to the oval. This is so cool.
Cindy Klassen. She probably talked to you too.
Oh yeah, she totally did.
Nicest person you could meet.
So nice.
Yeah, like the salt of the earth.
Starstruck, just like.
She's still, if you add up all of her times, she's still the fastest woman ever.
Wild. So wild.
Cindy Klassen, like the nicest person in the world. And I know you, Izzy, you're such a student of the sport. I can only imagine that watching Clara and Cindy and Christina Groves, like they birthed your dreams.
Oh yeah. I still am a super fan girl. Yeah, like I watched them a lot, and I remember coming to the Oval as a kid and watching them skate Canadian championships or like the Olympic trials for 2014, and like not being a part of that at all, but watching these like superstars that I had on my wall growing up, and whose like YouTube videos I would like analyze. And I love that about speed skating, that there is this legacy of phenomenal athletes, but I think women in particular that have really come out of Canada.
Yourself, of course, being one of them. It's been such a privilege. Full transparency, we were teammates. My nickname for her is Izzy95 because she's born in 1995. And I could not believe that you were born in 95. Because that's,
we have some like 2005s now.
I know.
It's
It's cruel how time.
30.
But you are that person now for this next generation. Does that feel like a responsibility, or does that fuel you?
Yeah, I think a bit of both, for sure. It's been an interesting transition, I think. I felt like the rookie for so long, and then all of a sudden you're the eldest on the team. You're the one that people are watching. And it definitely feels like a responsibility to kind of to uphold like the legacy of speed skating in Canada. But it also feels like a phenomenal privilege, like that we do have that we have this next generation coming up, like coming on to the World Cup circuit. And it feels weird sometimes, but it also feels like the coolest thing ever. How
cool is it that you are training alongside Jake this year?
Yeah, amazing.
Like your brother, of course.
We don't live too far apart, and so we train a lot together, and we're very good friends. We bike all the time together. Like it's the best. We've never really done that before. We've always had separate coaches. We've been on different training programs, and yeah, like we're very different athletes, and so it makes it really fun to be able to share that together.
How are you different than he is?
I think we approach the sport a little bit differently. He's always been a little bit more laid back than I am, but he's also been technically stronger than me. And so we kind of give these like two things back and forth. Maybe I'll pull him on the bike a little bit, but he'll give me some technical feedback. And he's just like a really fun, not serious guy. And we often we'll bike together. We'll bike for 3 hours, and if you're biking into the wind and you're talking with somebody, you're like screaming at them. We get quite heated about whatever, just garbage. And we get home and I have no voice. Like it happens to be like at least twice a week. I'm like, oh.
Can you tell people that perhaps don't know how much cycling you have to do for this sport?
Yeah.
How often are you on your bike?
A lot. We're like part-time cyclists, maybe full-time cyclists. Like we bike way more than we skate. I mean, you would know. Like,
yeah. Like, what's an average ride now?
Like
3-4 hours?
Yeah, for sure. We ride every day. Sometimes you'll do just an hour, but sometimes you'll do 2.5 hours of intervals, and then we'll ride 4 hours kind of on the weekend. I'm riding a little bit less this summer. Last summer I was living like part-time at altitude, and so we were riding, I don't know, I was riding like 30 hours a week. Like it was, by the end of it I was a bit sick of my bike, but it's part of the sport, and I think a lot of us come to really love it. Like it's a lot of solo time to like reflect, and yeah, that can be really nice.
I only liked riding my bike downhill and at stoplights. I'm so sorry. But that's why you're a champion. I never got there.
You know, you get to eat a lot of candy too.
That's true.
You know, stop for coffee.
Yeah,
like,
lots of snacks.
Yeah.
You're going into your third Olympic Games.
I am. Yeah.
What emotion comes up when you hear that?
You know, I break down like my career, I think, in these like 4-year chunks leading into the games. Like you do 4 years, the Olympics, 4 years, the Olympics. And I feel like every 4 years that I've done have been so different. Like every Olympics that I've gone into has been wildly different. And this one, very different than the last ones, I think. I've struggled differently. I've succeeded in different ways, I think. I'm also much older. Like I feel that like going into 2022, I still really felt like a rookie on the team a bit. Like I had things to prove. And the last 4 years, I've realized that, you know, I'm one of the eldest on the team, and I am really looking at getting to pass that torch on a bit. And so it's been a different way to like approach training. It's been interesting to figure out, but also like really rewarding. I've noticed like the last few years, I've had to shift a lot of things around. My body doesn't react the same way that it used to. We've had to dial back the volume quite a bit. Like I can't get away with doing as much garbage miles as I used to. Like I used to be able to run all the time or like bike more miles, and it didn't really affect training for me the next day, but it really does. Like it compounds a lot harder than it used to. And I have to be a lot more diligent about recovery. We went back into the weight room in May, and I don't know, we got about 2 weeks in, and I was so wrecked. I was so sore that I had to like take a day off. And I was like, I cannot remember the last time I had to, I don't know if I've ever had to do that in my career, where like I couldn't bend over because my legs were so wrecked. And I was like, there's got to be something wrong. Like I'm for sure like I'm sick, or there's like I've strained something or whatever. And no, it turns out that I like just have serious DOMs.
Oh no, delayed onset muscle soreness.
I had to prioritize recovery more, but it was like an eye-opening moment that, oh my gosh, I can't just like get away with stuff anymore. I really have to recover and like sleep well, and training compounds a lot harder. Like I can't do 2 back-to-back sessions really hard anymore. So yeah, it's been a different puzzle to figure out. I still love to run, but I've definitely noticed like doing extra or doing harder or whatever, it doesn't come as easy anymore. And I pay for it a lot more than I used to.
So then how do you counterbalance that? Like, is it more time looking at video or technical, tactical, mental?
Yeah, I've had to shift kind of, I think it was so ingrained in me for so long that like, you know, you do more, you go faster. You do more than anybody else, you go faster than anybody else. Like that was a simple equation for me for so long.
I was the opposite.
Yeah. Well, I've really come to realize like where the fault is in that, and you pay for it quite quickly. And so because I can't do that anymore, I've got to focus on other things, and I've really prioritized recovery. Like, what does sleep look like? Nutrition for the first time in my life, where I'm like, okay, I'm really gonna see if I can dial this in, and like my physio exercises and making sure that I'm not weak in any points of the position that we do all the time. And yeah, so it's been just a different puzzle, I think. Also very fun to figure out.
Fun fact about Isabelle Weidemann, she is so athletic. We would be training like speed skating, and she'd be running around the oval for whatever reason. And Les Gramantic and like all these athletic trainers in track and field would be like, how do we get that athlete?
I don't know if you can like totally classify me as like athletic though. Like I'm very good in 2 dimension.
Yeah, game of fluidity.
Like when he's around here and he's like, you know, you can just like you can come join.
Yeah,
like,
you can change over.
It's not too late. Give up speed skating.
It might be too late, buddy.
I think it might be too late.
It might be too late to change now, but
like, sure, let's.
Yeah. So you're not going to be recruited to the women's hockey team?
No.
What
And,
does it look like when you're turning right? Can I just ask that quickly?
Terrible.
Yes.
Yes. Or like anything that involves agility. Like tennis, horrific. Love it. So bad.
You got to get inspired. It's
You
the
know,
golden age of tennis.
I watch the ball come at me and it goes by and then I'm like, oh, I should have moved for that. It's so like
Move
a
your
second.
But you are, it's truly like you are so athletic, and all of these track and fields trainers would be like, wow.
I love running. Like running was my first sport growing up, and it was the one my mom did growing up as well. And so we were thrown into it pretty young. And I always felt like I succeeded at running a little bit more than I guess any other sport that I tried growing up, soccer, swimming, like anything with coordination. And yeah, I feel like I always came back to running, and it's also the activity that I love to do by myself, with my dog, like with friends. Yeah, I feel like I'll be a runner for life for sure.
You won a bronze, Canada's first medal.
Yep.
You won silver in the 5,000. You finished with a beautiful gold in the team pursuit. How did life change after Beijing?
A lot, but also not a lot. That was a very chaotic time in my life. I felt very, very overwhelmed, I think, by like how proud I felt.
Yeah.
How excited, how much relief I felt. But then also how much pressure, like after that. I went 4 years before that with, very little attention. And then all of a sudden you're thrown into it, and like people expect you to have the answers and to know what you're doing. I've really never felt that way. And so it was this weird transition where like all of a sudden people were watching. All of a sudden people, thought you had these golden tickets to hand out, which, I did a little bit, but like, it was weird. Also like the coolest ever. I think just so many emotions packed into like a very weird experience.
It was so cool to watch from where I was sitting, or anyone that really, really knows you, because you are the salt of the earth. Like everyone loves Isabelle Weidemann, and it was so cool to see all of Canada wake up and go, that kid is really nice, and I want to cheer for her. Like that was just wild. The energy. Yeah,
it was so incredible. Like I really felt everybody behind me, and so grateful, so overwhelmed by it. But yeah, just like so unbelievably proud to, I don't know, go out and represent people and like showcase all the work that people had put into me in my career. Like it took so many people to get me to that point. And I still really struggle to, I think, explain those emotions. And like, I wonder sometimes if I wasn't so surprised by it a little bit, where like, maybe had I expected it more, it wouldn't have felt so overwhelming. But
it's scary to expect, though.
Maybe, yeah.
Like expectation.
Yeah, totally.
When you do feel overwhelmed, like where do you try and come back to center yourself?
I lean on my friends and family a lot. My family and I are really close, and I get to train with my brother every day. So that's a big part of it for sure. My sister also lives in Calgary.
Lily.
Yeah. And my friends as well, who a lot of them are not involved in speed skating. And so we get to go do activities together. All my friends love being out in the mountains.
Talking about friends, I do have to say, the entire women's hockey team, like you were their highlight. They won a gold as well, but everyone was like, you know who the most fun is? Isabelle Weidemann.
Oh my God, I fangirled so hard.
Like when, did you not meet them in Pyeongchang?
I was like riding the elevator with Mary Philippe.
Yeah.
And I was like standing in the back, just like sweating, be like, Val, do you know who that is?
Give me a break. And Pooh was probably going, do you know who that is?
Such a fangirl.
Did you get to celebrate with them?
Oh yeah.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah.
Any stories?
Maybe like a little too much celebrating.
Well, you did win 3 medals. You deserve it.
We had such a blast. Those women are amazing. I love that team so much. And I went and watched their gold medal game.
Oh,
and I was screaming in the stands. And I had no voice. So
well, you were
I was just screaming with my Canada flag. Yeah, it was like incredible. And I still like, I have photos from the Olympics. Like somebody had a Polaroid and they were handing out Polaroids. And so I have these Polaroids on my on my fridge at home that like remind me of that. And yeah, it was so fun. And that team in particular, I think really brings this like family feeling a bit to like Team Canada. Like we're all these individual weird sports, and then we're thrown together in one village, and like there's a bit of, you don't know these other teams or whatever. And the women's hockey team, they just walk in, they're like, yeah, we're all gonna be friends, everybody sit down. Like we're all having dinner, everybody sit down.
Yeah, did you like, you're like getting lunch and dinner with them?
Yeah, for sure.
That's lovely. In the calf, just
during COVID.
Yeah.
In Beijing. Through our plexiglass screens.
Milano Cortina will be different.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Does it feel impactful that Torino was 2006 and that was a year that really birthed a lot of your dreams?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Clara Hughes won that gold.
It was the first Olympics that I really remember watching. That I guess I was 11, and first time I remember watching speed skating. I wasn't even involved in speed skating yet.
Wow.
But yeah, watching speed skating, like watching those Olympics and being like, oh my gosh, this is something that you can go and do. And I can't even say that it really like birthed my own dream, because I just thought it was so far away. Like it felt so like I didn't even know what the path looked like to get there. Like you have no idea as a kid. But like watching all these sports for the first time on TV and like being really invested in Team Canada and just cheering whoever on, like I remember that really deeply.
No, well, and then you came to the Oval and they kicked you off.
Oh yeah, like national team get off.
Cindy Clausen.
Who are you?
That is hilarious. That's a great memory though, because like you have invited so many people into the sport now because of just who you are and what you've achieved.
I think of that now, like if the national team were on the ice and just some random kid gets on, like of course we're kicking that kid off. But,
yeah, you shot your shot. You miss every shot that you don't take.
For naive me thought like they're not gonna notice us out here, like they're not even gonna. Of course we are.
It's an honor to even see you skate. I hope I can strap on the blade someday with you very soon, my dear.
Yes.
What version of Izzy are we gonna see in Milano Cortina?
Oh, that's a great question. What version of me? I hope the best version. That is something that's been really driving me the last few years, is to be able to show up at those Olympics and feel like the best me, like confident and strong and ready to compete and excited. And I also think that would allow me to showcase like all the work that I've done over the last little while.
I say this with all the respect in my heart. You are a workhorse. You work hard. Like you put so many hours and so many laps.
I can't really get away with it anymore. I gotta like turn 30 and like all of a sudden my knees are creaky.
Oh yeah.
And I get out of bed and I'm like, why am I stiff?
Because you're in that position for a million hours a
but
day.
I used to be able to get away with it.
Yeah.
And now,
time, eh? Time goes by too quickly. You have been such a student of the sport, and you have given so much love to those that have come before you. I said Clara Hughes, Cindy Clausen, Christina Groves, Christine Nesbitt. The list goes on and on and on. For someone who's a little Izzy Weidemann and 11 years old thinking, maybe I want to do that. Like, what would you love to just parting words for them?
Another great question.
So I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I think to be curious. I have loved that part of speed skating. It's this like phenomenal combination of power and endurance and art as well. Like it's such a technical sport, and I love the puzzle of like trying to figure out how to go faster, and like it's just you out there most of the time, unless you're skating the team pursuit, but it's just you out there. And so every time you have to ask yourself those questions, and it grows a lot of curiosity. I would pass that on, I think, is to be curious.
You are so dedicated to speed skating. You're a student of the sport, but you do a great job of like finding balance outside of this oval. You volunteer a bunch, you've got advocacy work. Like, has that always been a part of you, or does that really, has that become a new passion of yours?
I think it's always been part of my career for sure in speed skating. Like it's always been a twin pillar for me, whether it's been school or being involved in the community. Like I feel like I have a tendency to get very involved in speed skating, like overly involved in the technique and the training and the numbers. And I need something to pull me out of that a little bit. And it feels really purposeful to go back into the community and, get outside of your own brain for a little bit. Like, I feel more confident. I feel like my life doesn't just revolve around performance. Volunteered in Emerge through COVID. I always went to school. Yeah, just like being a person outside of sport has always been really important to me.
Gives you that perspective.
Absolutely. It allows me often to go to the line and be like, oh, I'm more than this. And so this doesn't matter as much. And it allows me to skate more free, and I come to practice happier. Like I really see it trickle into like all aspects of sport for me.
Isn't it funny and sometimes frustrating when you like give up your need for results? That's when they come.
It's so wild.
It's an annoying
the best
lesson.
and the worst.
Yeah.
But yes.
You have to relearn that lesson probably 10 times a year.
Oh my gosh. Over and over again, eh? It's wild.
Does it, and I'm sorry if this is blunt, but does it sting learning that again once you've won an Olympic gold medal and you've been at the tippy top of anything to ever achieve?
Yeah. I've struggled the last few years. Like, we went to the Olympics, we had this incredible result. I came back, I was gung-ho about training, like dove right back in. I was like, let's go. I'm excited. I'm stoked about this. Like, I have unfinished business, and the results were just not there. I really struggled with that. And so I've had to ask myself those questions like over and over again and figure out, who am I outside of sport, but who am I outside of these results, and like recarve that a little bit.
It's funny how when all is said and done, you'll remember like 5 races, but you'll never forget how someone's made you feel.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. Wow, that's really powerful.
You have made me feel like $1 million every time I've seen you. And I just hope you know that's your personal legacy. Really proud of you, buddy.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot. Thanks.
Could you imagine yourself getting kicked off this ice and then us having this conversation 15 years later? Well, 19 years later.
I know. How wild is that? Also, like sitting below the banners.
The banners.
Like, I remember coming down those stairs for the first time and like looking at those banners.
Yeah.
I don't know if it really translates to people in other sports, but like for speed skating, that is our Hall of Fame. That is our And one day I get to put my banner up there.
You will have a banner.
That's actually mind-blowing to me.
Thank you for everything that you've done for this sport.
Thank you for
I hope you
everything
know
you've
that.
done for speed skating.
She one time had a poster of my face on her wall, so that's how you know she was a real fan.
I absolutely. I had the whole national team, and I could tell you who everybody was. The names are on the back. I had them all memorized.
Everyone knows your name, buddy. Everyone's memorized your name. Thank you so much for this. It feels very significant to have this conversation with you.
Thanks.
Thank you.